Right, we're going to have a look at task 3 now. So the first section is to make some changes to the spreadsheet. Firstly, we've got to change the name virus checker to virus killer. So the easiest way to do this is just to click on that cell, go up into the formulas bar and just change the name of that program. Next thing we need to do, change the March figure for firewall to 42. So have a look there. Okay. You should notice that when I press enter, that number will change. Yeah, because it automatically recalculates when we change something. The price of the word processor must be to change for 49. So let's have a look there. And again, when I press enter, you should see this number change because it's been automatically recalculated. Okay, it says make sure sales figures have been updated. Yeah, well, that's fine. In the program label, in the row below the word processor, enter the label overall sales. So I'm going to make a total now of how much money we made from selling all of these programs. And it says use the sum function to calculate the total at the bottom of the sales column. That's got to be currency symbol and 0 decimal places. So if we go along there, click on formulas, click on auto sum, and as we've used to now, we can see that's automatically done what we need and we can just press enter. It is in currency and it does have no decimal places, so we're fine. Now it says to save the spreadsheet, so all we need to do for that is to click on this little button that looks like an old-fashioned disk drive. Now it says make sure the grid lines will be displayed and then we're going to print it. So the way to show grid lines is important because if I was to print this as it is, you see there's no grid lines there, there's just the outline that we put in on that top row. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to go into page layout and I'm going to check print titles, have a look in this area, and there I've got the option to show grid lines. So I'm going to say OK to that. And now if I go to my print preview again, the grid lines are there. So that's what we need to do. So assume that I've printed it and it's showing the figures, the numbers. Okay, now it says we've got to display the formulae. Sometimes you want to show your formulae so that you can be sure that you've correctly calculated the numbers that you want. And they've got to be displayed in full. Sometimes they are going to take up a bit more room. So, go into the formulas bar. There's this section there that says show formulas, so we're going to click that. Now unfortunately it does tend to make a bit of a mess of your column width, so just go through and auto fit those columns. And as you can see, in column H we've got the sum functions that we wrote, and in J we've got the multiplications and the sum for the overall sales. So that looks good. Now it says make sure they're displayed in full, make sure the page is orientation and it fits on one page. Well, let's just check. So if we go to page layout, orientation, yeah, we're still in landscape. If I go to print, yeah, that's easily going to fit on one page, no problems there. And it also says make sure that grid lines and column headings are going to be displayed when printed this time. So again, in page layout tab, print titles, choose this column row and column headings option. And now when I go to print out, you can see that the letters for the columns there and the numbers for the rows. So that's all good. Everything's displayed in full, everything's readable. All I've got to do now is save it with the name S form. So I'll go to File, Save As, and I've actually already done this before, so I've got an old version there. I'm just going to write over that. Okay, so that takes us to the end of task 3 once I've just closed my file, which I'll do now.